Hi everyone, and welcome to Locals Who Lead. My name is Paige McKinney, and this is my Sims co-founder, yes?
Co-founder and only person.
Oh, yeah. Only person of Bodyology, which is in Boise and Eagle.
Yeah, 2 locations.
So we are going to get to know Mai today and a lot about Bodyology and therapeutic massage. So let's get into it. So do you want to tell the people about you or Bodyology or both?
Well, I have been a massage therapist. I don't practice anymore, but for over 10 years. I've worked in the franchise space. I worked as an independent contractor. And then we opened with other therapists in 2019, opened Bodyology, and did that for a year, and then COVID hit. And then so we just kind of worked out of the space and shared the space. It was me, 2 co-founders. And then we brought on an independent contractor to rent some space. We were shut down for 2 months. I went to Sweden, which is where I grew up. And during that time, I was like, I don't want to have to touch people to make money anymore. I love the touching of people, but if I'm halfway around the world, I'm not making any money.
Totally.
And so I was like, what can we do to change that? So I started thinking about scaling and growing the business and bringing on staff. And during that time when I was deciding, I was like, okay, we can do it at the chains, or we can do it as independent contractors. And I was like, there needs to be somewhere in between, because I feel like the chains are they have a bad rep for a 100%. Reason. And then as an independent contractor, or if we were to bring on more independent contractors, it would be hard to build a brand because they would all be their individual people. I was like, how if we can give some sort of the feel of being an independent contractor, where you're you have more independence, everyone doesn't have to listen to the same music, it doesn't have to be super uniform, but at the same time you have the security of having, for us, having employees, and for them to know that they're totally taken care of and they have all these rights and all that stuff.
Yeah.
As independent contractors, you don't know. So yeah, we kind of meshed them together a little bit and started hiring. She's doing great.
Do you have any plans that you can share of another location?
Not right now. I do want more locations, but I don't want to necessarily open them by myself at all.
So partner first, a business partner.
More as in someone that wants to just open a Bodyology.
And do it. Okay, let's jump into a couple of questions of kind of how you got here. So before Bodyology, what were you doing?
I was working for a chiropractor. He had acquired the massage business that I was working for and bought it. But before that, I was an independent contractor for this business. And he bought it, and I loved the business. It was great. I didn't want to work for a chiropractor.
I've never been to a chiropractor, but I feel like a lot of people group them one and the same. Not necessarily that they are the same thing, but kind of in the same bubble.
So it makes sense for a chiropractor to have a massage therapist on staff.
Okay.
Yeah, we were only there for about 7-8 months before opening Bodyology.
Was there this moment where you were kind of I can't be here and this is where I want to be?
Well, I also didn't really want to open my own business. So I'm eternally grateful for my 2 partners because they kind of pushed it more than I want, because I was scared. I was like, I don't want to open my own thing, and we have this big space with 5 rooms. That's terrifying. And we're look, we have these clients, we're busy, they're gonna come with us because we didn't have any non-compete or anything. So I was like, let's do it. And yeah, it's really fun, but I didn't want to. I was kind of scared.
Do you recommend to do it anyways?
I have them as a support, I guess. And
that's great. So on Bodyology website, it talks about nervous system care. Can you tell us a little more what that means?
For us, I think people forget how important that aspect in massage is. Because a lot of people will still come in and be like, I just want deep tissue. I want you to go as hard as you can and get the knots out, which we're happy to do. But if we're not creating space for your nervous system to calm down, and if we're going immediately into jamming your elbows into your back, your nervous system is going to go into fight or flight.
Totally. Your cortisol levels are through the roof.
So we're not really helping you. So my mission is to really get people to understand that the first layer we need to work through is your nervous system. And once that relaxes, then we can start getting into the muscles.
Wow. So what does that look like? Does someone come in and if they say, I want deep tissue, are you mentally well for this?
Are you sure?
What do you struggle with? Tell us, what are your daily thoughts like? I'm just curious because I am very adamant about my nervous system, being regulated and my cortisol levels. So I'm so curious, how do you kind of talk about that with people and know how to navigate?
I think we don't want to disappoint people when they come in, but I think educating clients and be we're going to start warming up the tissue, because that part will feel like it is massage, but it's not going to go straight into the deep tissue. Like,
fair.
that's just like working through muscle layers to like get to the different or the deeper laying muscles. Deep tissue doesn't always have to mean more pressure. So it's more working through the layers. But I think educating clients that, and it doesn't happen with just like the first time they walk through the door. But just like as they come back, we explain that to them more and more and more. But we try to give a lot of pressure without triggering the nervous system.
Yeah.
Because someone, like, from my career working on people, like, they'll be like, I can handle a lot of pressure. And this is like when I was newer, so I would just like do what they wanted. But they're like twitching around on the table. And I'm like, are you okay? They're like, no pain, no gain. And I'm like, oh, don't,
There's a happy medium.
There's a happy medium. We got to just work through the layers. And the nervous system is the first layer.
Totally. I love that.
If they're jumping around on the table in pain,
maybe
they're
need
not
something to address.
Relaxing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I love that. What is something that you wish more people understood about massage in general? Or maybe like what is a common misunderstanding that you wish people realized wasn't true?
I think that it's a luxury, which I understand can feel like it because it's not like the cheapest thing on the menu in the world, but that it is actually like how good it is for you to invest in your
healthcare.
Yeah, it's preventative healthcare.
I love that.
Like for stress, for muscle, like it can be for like all sorts of things. It doesn't always have to be just like on your birthday once a year. And then the no pain, no gain mentality where it's like it needs to hurt to be effective.
Yes.
It's the same thing with workout. Like working out is like
going hard isn't the best result.
It's not the best result.
Totally.
So that's I think that would
very common that I feel everyone in my life is like, I just want them to get everything out.
Yeah.
And I can understand that because like you want to leave feeling
like something
looser, or whatever they want to say. But it's also about like longevity and like what is best. And maybe you don't have to go 0 to 100. Really.
Yeah, you really know.
Yeah, especially if I think it makes sense where if people aren't making a habit out of it to be preventative, and they're going once a year, they're like, I'm gonna get my money's worth and it's gonna be hard and aggressive, and then I'm gonna come back next year. But it's like maybe once a month would be a good idea. You don't have to be so hard.
Right. And it's the same like with working out again, like you're not gonna go to the gym once a year because muscles are muscles.
Totally. I love that.
Muscles are muscles.
What is something you used to believe about healing or self-care that you since have unlearned?
I think that it has to be complicated. It doesn't have to be like you can go for a walk. That's self-care.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's free.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like massage and like
nails
facials
and hair.
And everything. Like that's you can if that's your vibe.
Totally.
Go for it. But it doesn't have to be. It can be just like drinking enough water and going on a walk.
I love that.
Wearing sunscreen.
I'm a big sunscreen. Yeah. It can be easy.
Yeah. It can include massages. Like I like that for myself, but it doesn't always have to be such a
spend.
Yeah, such a spend and such a task.
Totally.
Like you can just like incorporate it in your everyday.
I'm so curious, do you feel like more people are coming in because they're like, this is my form of self-care? Or do you feel like people are starting to finally come around and realizing this is preventative health-care and more like, not that self-care can't be health-related, but people are viewing it more from a health perspective instead of health-care. Self-care.
There's like a mix of people. Like I think our clientele definitely, kicked up a notch after COVID and keeps doing so because people realize that it's a good staple to have in your self-care routine. But yeah, I think I haven't heard anyone say like this is those clients don't tend to last very long. Yeah. Because they make it like you have to get a massage, you have to get a facial. Yeah. So then they burn themselves out on self-care, which I'm like, that's not okay.
Literally, you don't get burnt out. Yeah. If someone came into Bodyology skeptical of massage, what is the one thing you want to prove to them?
I guess it would depend on what they're skeptical about, but I think how beneficial it can be, especially if they come in with an issue and they're like, well, massage isn't going to help this, then just like really showing them how it will help. I
love the idea of being like, every month I go get a massage, and it's not only like an energy cleanse, like there's a focus on stored trauma or like where energy is like festering and things like that. I love it.
And it's weird because like when I get massages, and I'm sure this happens to people, because I'm like, if it happens to me, it has to happen to other people, I'm sure. But random thoughts will pop, like random memories will pop into like, you haven't thought about that for years. I'm like, there's something
it's stored. Like, crazy.
Weird things.
Yeah.
But I love it.
Yeah.
That's my favorite thing. I wish clients would talk more and be like, what's going through your head?
Yeah. Actually, speaking of that, I'm so curious, like, do you feel like you run into people kind of, what am I trying to say? I feel like this day and age, people are working through it, but it's very common for us to be avoidant of sitting with ourselves and our own thoughts and our own feelings because we quite literally don't recognize it and don't know how because we disassociate 24/7.
Absolutely.
With all of the technology in the world, honestly. Yeah. But like when you are on a massage table and you are in there and you don't get a phone, you don't get music with a bunch of words. I assume maybe people can disassociate, but that would be pretty hard to do in that type of setting. Do you feel that a lot of people get really emotional, or have you like ran into where people just feel like maybe they haven't been left with their thoughts for a while and it's kind of like a lot?
It's definitely happened, especially with newer parents. I think I've noticed it a lot because they stop being their own human and then they go, you know, that kind of thing. They get used to it. They're fine.
Ooh, this is just like a fun, quirky question and that I like. So if Bodyology had a gift shop, what is one unexpected thing that would absolutely be sold?
Unexpected. So not like a Theracane or like a massage gun?
That's too expected.
Nope.
That's too expected.
That's too expected.
Something quirky.
I have a little stress ball. We don't sell them, but we have them.
Ooh, is it for you or for clients? Or for
clients. We have like 200 of them.
Oh my gosh.
I ordered a bunch. With little,
Oh my gosh, I love that.
That's a thing, but also maybe expected.
Yeah, I wouldn't say too expected.
You know, maybe like a little fan.
Ooh.
Like a fan to like.
Yeah. Cool.
A little, yes.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. Okay, this is the last question of my series of 100 questions.
We love that.
What is one thing that you learned about yourself through the act of healing others?
I think that I'm naturally good at like holding space for people and like being that healing, because I've not wanting to have kids, I've always had this perception, is that the word? About myself that I'm like a little selfish, like I don't want to, like I don't want to,
so
other people in my life, right? Because that's what people tell you. If you don't want kids, you're selfish.
Which I think it's the opposite. But that's my unpopular opinion.
But I think just having that in my head is like, I'm not this person who likes to help people like for that reason. But then I'm like, I actually do like helping people. I'm really good at calming people down and just talking through it and holding space for them and working through whatever they're working through.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 2 episode staples. And the first one we're going to do is the name game.
Okay.
And I can't wait because you're Swedish.
Oh gosh.
So I hope that you have really quirky, fun ways of saying this. These are street names in Boise.
Okay.
And I'm not from here, so I can't tell you if they're right or wrong.
Oh, okay.
I'm from the South too, so I say everything wrong. So this is just going to be we just see, and then we have people comment what they think.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what we're going to do first. Okay, so the first one is...
So pressure to say them wrong.
This one. How do you say this?
I was like, Kina.
Okay, period. That's how I think.
Okay.
Okay. This is the next one.
Later.
Ooh.
Is that different?
I say a lot Latin, but that's Southern.
But it's probably wrong.
With an AH, that's probably correct.
Don't know.
Okay.
I'm scared.
This one.
Chinden.
Okay, period.
Well, it's Chinese garden.
Everyone says that. Yeah. Okay, our last guest said that.
Yeah.
Where is the sign?
Somewhere along the way, I think.
That's good to know because I didn't know. See, that's what our last guest said. Shout out to Amanda. She said the exact same thing. So that means it's correct. So many people say Shinden.
Oh, well, see, I would say Shinden in my, like when I first moved to the US, which was like 15 years ago. And my CH were the same as my SH, and my Z's were the same as my S's, which it still is sometimes, which is why I say Boise correct and not Boise.
Wow.
So, but I've really worked hard on when I see CH, I say Ch. I go Chinden.
Okay, right. This is the next one.
This one, I say Kootenai.
I say Kootenai.
Yeah, I think
it's Kootenai. I actually think I say Kootenai. The AI really throws me off.
It throws everyone off. I've heard people say Kootenai.
That honestly feels maybe the best. Because isn't this like an indigenous term?
I think Leta is too. Don't quote me on that. I say that a lot.
Last one.
I hate this one.
So do I.
I would say Resigi, but I'm probably wrong.
This one, I don't hear many people say out loud, probably for the fear of being
I think so.
I think...
I've heard Resky too. Yeah.
Residue, residue.
I feel like
it looks French.
So Resigi.
The last part of the series, sorry, I got distracted, is we ask the previous guest to ask a question to our next person not knowing who it is.
Ooh.
So, our last guest was an author, and her question for you is, What book do you always recommend and why?
The E-Myth to people starting their own business is actually really good. If you're going to go into your own business, you need to read the E-Myth. But it, I think, put me on the path where I'm going. Yeah. So if you're starting your own business, if not, read crime stuff because it's so fun. There's a Swedish author. It's actually a married couple, and they go under Lars Kepler, and they have a series of like 9 books. That's really good.
Is it like psychological thrillers?
It's murder. It's like like this detective guy, and
I love
it's followed by this like serial killer.
I love that. So now what you're going to do is you're not going to know our next guest, but you're going to leave a question for them.
Oh, I get to write it?
Yeah. We're not going to tell them because they have to watch for the next episode. And then if you could just fold it in half, and I'll keep it for the next guest. And it can be related to your job or not. It could be the most random, deep, or surface level question. It was so fun. And do you want to plug any of your social medias or your website? We'll definitely put it in the caption, but...
Yeah, the Bodyology Therapeutic Massage Instagram, which is the longest name on Instagram, I think. So
we'll tag it. Thank you, everyone, for coming along this journey. Thank you, Maya, for coming. It was so fun.